So, being Jason Friday is pretty damn rare, so when you get your shot, you want to do as much damage as possible. So with this guide, I'm basically going to show you some tips that will give you a high chance to kill every camper in your game. And to start off, we're going to take a look at the Jasons, and I'll explain to you which Jasons are the best to use. So one thing about Jason is you have to chase down and eventually grab or kill the camper. Jason's ability to chase, in my opinion, is actually the most important aspect of his game. So the strongest Jasons are going to have the strengths that greatly help him in the chase. Now, before I say this, keep in mind that just because one of the Jasons does not have any of these strengths does not mean he's weak to play as. All Jasons are pretty damn strong in general, so it's just these Jasons I'm about to suggest that happen to be really good at chasing. So the two strengths you want to look out for are Destruction and Shift. Destruction makes it so you can burst down barricade doors in about 2 or 3 hits, while Shift makes the cooldown time so much faster than usual, making it easier to catch up to camper who stun you and get away. So the strongest Jason, in my opinion, is the Savini Jason, which kinda sucks because this so far is only available to backers who pre-ordered it. His strengths are both Shift and Destruction while adding in some weapon damage into the mix. Because of this, the Savini Jason is pretty relentless when it comes to the chase, and he will hunt you down very easily if you're not careful. So since not everyone is going to have the Savini Jason, here's 2 other Jasons I highly recommend, which is the Part 8 Jason who has Destruction and Stalk, which I believe is a highly underused skill in my opinion. Although you kind of have to worry because his weapon kills do require a good amount of space to actually perform, and that could put you at a disadvantage because his grip strength is pretty damn weak and it's really easy for counselors to break out of him. Now the Jason I highly recommend is the Part 9 Jason. He has Shift as a strength along with Stalk, but his stun resistance makes him a great choice because anyone who isn't Bugsy is going to have a very hard time stunning you with a weapon. Although his one major weakness is that he spawns only with 3 traps instead of 5. But luckily with the method I'm going to show you to kill everyone, we only require 3 anyways. Now, moving on to the strategy. First off, congratulations! After about 12 fucking matches, you're finally Jason. Now, what you want to do first is grab the 2 available throwing knives in the cabin if your Jason does not spawn with any. These are important because not only do they slow down the campers when hit, it will also force them to use med spray, so when you finally get to them, you won't have anything to worry about. So the next thing you want to do is find the phone box, which is indicated on the map by the telephone sign, and set a trap right in front of it. The phone box is hands down the easiest and most common way for the campers to escape, so trapping is essential because there's been games where the phone fuse itself will spawn in the same building as the box, ending the game really quickly. Alright, once that's down, look around for the sound indicators, and once you find one, teleport to the area where you think they might be, which is almost always near a cabin at the start of the game. So from here, try to hunt down and kill anyone in the area. And don't worry if you can't get them, it's still very early in the game, and because you put that phone trap earlier, it's going to make this a long game, so you have time. So during your chases, be sure to check your map so often. Here I was chasing down these campers while another group was able to get the boat working without me even knowing it. If I didn't check my map every so often, they would have escaped, so it's best to make a habit out of checking your map. So, like I mentioned before, make use of the Stalk ability. So here you can see I turned on Stalk while I was shifting, and I was able to get into this cabin and get the drop on these campers. Even though I kinda got my ass beat in the process, they still had no idea I was there until I was very close. So remember, use the Stalk, it really helps. Well, look at that, you've gone and killed some nice helpless campers. So after your bloodlust is in check or you feel like a good enough time has passed, go ahead and spawn to a vehicle so you can place a trap. So for cars, I've seen Jasons place traps in front of the driver's seat only, but in my opinion, it's much better to trap the front of the car because if the trap is on the driver's seat, you'll know they're there after the car is actually done. With the trap in front of the car, you're going to catch them a lot earlier and disrupt the whole thing. And with that, that is basically all you need to know. Let's recap. First, trap the phone box. Then go out for a hunt. After a certain amount of time passes, go ahead and trap the vehicles. If it's a car, trap in front of the hood. So when it comes to boats, just go ahead and trap in front of the motor because that is where both the gas and the propeller need to go. And with that, you can see I actually killed 6 out of 8 campers because 2 of them disconnected, meaning I successfully killed everyone without anyone escaping me. So I hope this guide actually helps you out. If you want more bullshit, you could go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, thanks for watching.